Okay guys, winter is here. We got Melissa Dela Cruz here also, and I hear that you're going to be doing something really cool. I like the name. I like the winter amber. I like the promise of this. So what are we doing today?
Pretty much I'm going to change your nails out from like a 3-week growth to all your designs were on top and now you want dimension or encapsulation.
I do want dimension.
So I'm going to do like an amber crystal-y kind of cool look on a couple of them and show you how to change them out in a timely manner.
Sweet. Do you promise to tell us how much you would charge for something like that?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Let's get started.
Hey guys, I'm back again. I'm going to change out Tracy's nails from 2 weeks growth to something different. She wants dimension today, more of an encapsulated look. So right now she has everything on top of her nails. I'm going to change it to something totally different. So I'm going to start from the beginning to end to show you how you do it. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start pushing back her cuticle. All 10. While I'm pushing back the cuticles, I'm assessing her nails to see if she has any cracks, if there's any lifting, anything going on that I need to fix. Also taking care of her protein growth and her cuticles. And I'm going to remove all the color. Again, using baby circles around the nail, not staying in the same spot. Switching to the spots that still have color. Remember, if you don't get it all the way off, it's totally okay. Your next drill bit will take care of it. Okay, one last nail. So what I'm doing is, her set is an acrylic, and the design I'm going to do is a gel design. So I'm going to show you kind of a hybrid nail, where I combined like acrylic and gel to get my gel art in there. So for those of you that are more acrylic users, you could still do art in gel and keep the other nails acrylic. Whatever works best for you. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll do these two a dimension. So let me show you. If you look real close, I'm going to take these two nails down as low as I could get them so I can encapsulate my design. So I'm going to do the same movement with slight pressure until I get closer to the natural nail. When I get closer to the natural nail, I'm going to slow down my movement. Remember to not stay in the same spot. That will cause heat. Utilizing all your drill bits. So like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, you could see how much it takes down right away. Now remember, this is acrylic, so you put slight more pressure than you would with gel. But I'm going to keep her extension in acrylic. So I'm just going to file it down pretty low. There we go. Look at it from the side. That looks pretty good. Let's do this one. When you look at it from the side, you actually could see how much more you have to go. There's a lot more body on this one. If you're not quite sure when you're going to hit closer to her natural nail, look at your neighbor that you just took down. Your neighbor nail. Okay, check it out from this side. I could take a little more body off right here. So you have two thin nails here, and these ones have a little more body. Now from here, I'm going to switch to my medium arbor band. I'm going to prep at 5,000 RPMs. I am going to prep around her cuticle area, remove the rest of her color if any, and prepping through her nail. If any is left behind, you'll get it off. So like if you look close, she has a little color right there. It's gone. It's much easier to take off the color, the remnants that's left behind with your arbor band. Doing baby circles around the cuticle area, prepping that natural nail, then prepping the rest of the nail, making sure your colors are off the sides, baby circles around the natural nail and cuticle area, basically repeating your process on all 10 nails. There's a little bit of color left on here, so let me get it off your side and come in right here, and a little bit more there now that I look on the side. Just off her hand. So now I'm going to go into swipe, and I'm going to cleanse all 10 nails. Make sure that your swipe is all the way dry before you apply the protein bond. It has to be dry. It kind of cancels out the protein bond if it's still wet, because swipe is a cleanser. It's going to cleanse whatever you put it on. So it's not a really good mixture. It's better to have it dry and then go into protein bond. Okay, I'll kind of put it over the whole nail. These two I'm going to do my design in gel. But she primarily likes to wear acrylic, so I'm going to keep her nails acrylic, but do my art in gel. Okay, one more coat around the cuticle area. You don't need to put it over the whole nail. If these two, actually, I would put it over the whole nail because you don't know if you like are close to her natural nail or not, being that I filed down all her body of her nail to create the encapsulation look. So I filled her, or built her nails in Cover Pink, so let's fill them in Cover Pink. I'm going to use the Artistic Sculptor and fill the nails that I'm not going to do the dimension on. Kind of walk it around the cuticle and blend it all in. I always do my nails that I'm building up first before I do the art. It's just easier that I'm not cleaning out the neighbor nail. If I use glitter, it doesn't matter if it gets on top of the nail I already did. Let me add a little bit more there. It just helps keep your nail clean. So I'm going to come in with my base, go all the way back to my cuticle area and base the entire nail. So I'm using my acrylic extension, and I'm going to build with hard gel on top of it. Putting pressure on your brush, not really guiding it to build body, putting more pressure to weave it into the acrylic. And I'm going to cure it for at least 30 seconds. Okay, so now I cured my base for at least 30 seconds. I'm going to get my Synergy gel and my precision applicator and some saran wrap and an orange wood stick. So I'm going to squeeze this out, just kind of organically, however you want it to lay. More in the middle. Then I'm going to lay the saran wrap over it Hold on one sec. There we go. Now I'm going to move it how I want to. What I'm doing is kind of creating high points and some low points. So if you look real close, you could see how some of it is higher than other spots. But you want to make sure you have negative space in here. See how you could kind of see really deep? Okay, now I'm going to cure this. Hold on one sec, let me move this over a little. I don't want it on her skin. So you're making sure it's not overlapping on her skin. I'm gonna put the light there for her and take the bottom off. I'm gonna cure it for a full 60 seconds. It's easier if you put the light over, because when I did this design in salon, it was totally moved when she came out and it wasn't where I originally wanted it. So it's easier if you just get your light and flash it. You do need to cure it for a full minute because White Sculptor needs to be cured all in one cure. If you flash set it, it seems like it doesn't cure all the way through, so you're better off doing one full minute. So I'd be working on my other hand right now. So now what I'm going to do is pull this off. So you could see the high peaks and like you could see negative spacing kind of in there. It's not really wider than the nail. You want it to look kind of messy like that. So now let's do the other one. I recommend one at a time. You could always work on the other hand, just because if you hit it or it moves, it's going to cure that way. So again, put it kind of however you want, more in the middle, because when you put the saran wrap over it, it's going to self-level in spots. Let's put it over it. Okay. So now just kind of play with it. This is super fun to do too. Okay, so what I'm doing now, if you look real close, I'm making sure I have some really low parts in here. Put a little more over here. Once you have it how you want it, hold on to her hand or have her hold her hand high like this. No, don't put it straight down. Start your timer for 60 seconds. Hold her hand here and start the timer. The reason why I do that is the first time I messed with this, it moved and it got on her skin and her sidewalls. It's much easier if you just help her with this nail art. Okay, from here, take off the saran wrap. And you could use the same piece of saran wrap for all the ones you want to do. So now when you look at it from the side, it actually looks kind of cool. Looks like ice in a way. So there's many different things you could do from here, but I'm going to add pigment inside, kind of make it look a little holiday. I'm going to use our gold and our bronze. So put gold here and here, here. Just kind of use your imagination at this point. So I'm wiping it out. It's sticking to the sticky layer in the gel. I see a little bit right there. Okay, now you want to dust it all off really well once you have it all covered. If you see any spot missing, you could add, but make sure you get a lot of that out. That actually looks cool like that. It would get caught in my hair though. So I'm going to use Build Pink and I'm going to encapsulate the entire nail, kind of bringing it up as high as her points are. It might look really messy. Remember when you're filling with gel, if there's different levels, sometimes it'll take a different direction. Doesn't matter what the process looks like, just make sure it's not on her skin. It's the end result that matters. So let's come right here. Now you're going to encapsulate it all. Take your time, try not to bounce too much because you'll get air bubbles in it. Encapsulating the entire nail. Now, because she has her white sculptor in there, she's really not going to feel a heat spike. So you're okay building this much on here. She already has a barrier there. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure that it's not going to be stuck to any of her skin. Again, it looks like a little 2x4, right? No problem. Let's flash set it for 30 seconds. If you're not used to using gel, or even when you are used to using gel and you have peaks like this, your gel is going to move everywhere. You could do it in two. You don't have to do it all in one, meaning encapsulating it all in one. So maybe we'll focus in the middle. And then go to the side. Okay, it's not really moving, but I'm going to have her flash set it. So I'm going to bring this over and have her go under a few seconds while I'm doing it on the other nail. I think that'll be easier when you're not used to working with gel, and even when you are used to working with gel, it'll be a cleaner application. Okay, so you can see here I did half of it. So I'm going to come in, and you can see the corner right there. I'm not even going to try to fill that yet because it'll run. I'm going to focus on the spine of the nail, the middle of it. Okay, so now I'm going to come in, get it on my side, come in here, get it on your side. Okay, under the light for 30 seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to look at it from the side, and as you could see, I need just a little bit more here, a little bit more through here, a little bit more around the perimeter on some of them. Okay, another thing is you don't have to build it up so high. You could always come back in with clear again, because the idea is to electric file till you see veins in it. So it'll make sense as I show you right now. I'm going to work on the cuticle area right here real quick. My side's pretty good. I'm going to put a little more through here.
Listen, let me ask you, because this is, obviously it takes a little more time.
Yes.
How do you structure pricing for this?
This is super specialty. Obviously, you could see I'm spending more time on these nails than your art nails than I did rebalancing all your nails. I would always start it from a dimension price, which starts at 10. I personally would charge 20 for these each. You could always do buy two, get one half, whatever you want to do, but you need to charge. Once you're in the swing of it, you could give them a deal if you want because you're already in the flow. But if you're just getting one or two of these, you have to charge. I mean, you're going to charge anyways. But so what you would do is from your rebalance or fill price, you would add anything from $10 to $20 a nail. I know that sounds crazy, but again, they don't have to get it. They could get one if they want. And they could get something really cool with the others. It's just all about the design they want, pretty much. But anytime that something takes me multiple times to go back on that nail, or even when I'm laying major dimension, those nails are more expensive than something I'm just sprinkling in. So when you first start, that may not make a lot of sense and you feel a little timid to price. But what happens is, or to charge what you should, if you do not start charging something, because you could always raise your prices yearly, you'll start not liking your job pretty much. You're like, you love what you do at first, then it's taking you forever and you're not making as much as someone else is going faster. It's because you need to raise your prices a little every year, but always charge up first.
I find people tend to start resenting their customers, and it's not their customer's fault.
100%. It's true. Like I actually have worked with people like that before, where they're like, oh gosh, it's so-and-so, she wants crazy art all the time, she takes me forever, and I just finished so-and-so's nails that took me an hour, and I'm going to make about the same price. But that's the position the nail tech put herself in. So remember that the more you do, the more it costs. And your clients understand it when you explain it to them. They see it, they get it, they sit there longer with you. And it's an exciting process for them. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so from here, I don't know if you want to look really close at it. It looks crazy, but now what we're going to do is we're going to try to make it come to life.
Ma'am, I don't like thick nails.
That's what people are going to tell you. And it's so funny because I find myself when my clients come, I'm like, don't worry, it's going to look really thick like a 2x4, but I promise it's going to look like so-and-so's nails or the pictures on my page. But everyone's going to always say, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? But sometimes a design like this, you kind of have to do this. This is probably the only design I've ever done in my career that is this bulky and this crazy. And it's really just because of the peaks, because when gel's flowing, if you have a peak, it's going to take the direction of wherever it's going. So now, get my dust extractor. I'm going to use my coarse safety bit. And as I'm filing, what I'm trying to do is to start to see the white peek through. So it kind of looks like lightning or like peaks of white. And then you'll see deeper where the pigment is. So I may file the nail and it may not be shaped right when I'm done. If it's not shaped right, it's because I was filing for the look I'm trying to create. I could always go back and add more build on top of it. So let's see what happens here. I'm not sure if I'll have to add build. We'll know as we file. That's another reason why you have to charge more for this design. It's a lot of work. So 12,000 RPMs. Now let's see. I'm going to do your sides first. On top right here. I'm going to hold it this way so I can see it a little more. See how you can start to see the white come through? Let me get your side walls. Oh, now it's kind of starting to look like a nail. I think I'm going to put it to 13. There. Yeah, that's much better. There's so much product on there that 13 just glides and doesn't grab. Again, I'm filing on this nail a while, right? Because I had a little pile of gel on there. So I think see how you can see it start to come through? I kind of want to see more right here, so I'm going to drill a little further down. But what this is doing is changing my structure of my nail, so I'm probably going to have to add a little build. No big deal. I kind of want it to look how I want it to look, so I'm going to file on the spots that I want the veins to come through. See how you can see it come through? Okay, I think that looks kind of cool right there. Let's do your next one. I'm going to do your sidewalls first. See how I hold her finger look straight at her nail? I'm kind of resting it on my finger. I'm taking like zone 1 of my drill bit and bringing in my sides. So I kind of have an idea of the shape I'm doing. If I don't bring it in, I'm not really sure where to go from there. It's just pretty thick at that point. Okay, see how it's kind of a little more tighter now? So now I'm going to come in through here. And around my cuticle area. Now I did this on a shorter nail. It's much faster and easier to do on a shorter nail because you don't have as much body to build up. The longer the nail, the harder it is. So if this was on a shorter nail, maybe I wouldn't charge 20 for it. Maybe I would do 15. It would be a lot easier. Okay. That looks really cool. Now here it's not as high, so I'm going to drill down till I hit the white. There we go. So you can see from the side how it's dipping. That's okay, don't worry about it. I could always add clear again. I'm really doing it for the effect of the design. And I find the more you do in a roll, the better the next ones come out. For some reason, you're just in the groove of things. Oh, I like the way that looks right there. Okay, so let me make sure my cuticle work is good. So when I add, okay. So what I'm gonna do is switch to my arbor band so I could rough it up. I need to have at least a 150 grit on here for my, if I'm gonna add gel again. Okay, so I might as well do it right now. Go ahead and prep the whole nail. Baby circles around here because it's pretty close to her sidewall. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make sure that her sides are clear of all gel before I add. Just make it easier for me in the long run. Okay, see, they're looking more like nails from the top, but when you look from the side, this one's pretty good. This one totally needs more right here. Okay, so I'll dust it off so you can see it a little better. Okay, I'm going to protein bond the entire nail. Okay, so I'm going to bring my build out. And really just fill in this spot here. Remember, I filed it down so I could get down to the white veins. A little bit more. How do I know? I'm looking at from the side. See that? Come right here, blend it in.
I find gel so deceiving if you don't look at it from the side.
Yes,
The top view is like, oh, it's perfect. Turn it to the side and it's like, ugh.
So final cure, 1 minute. Yes, gel from the side. Always from the top it looks perfect. You look at the side and you could see
All the
it
dips.
missing. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to swipe it with swipe. Wipe it with swipe. Same thing, right? And now I'm going to file them all off camera and I'll be back with the finished result. So I polished her nails with Sheer Pink 102. Now I'm going to top coat my amber nails, protein bonding the entire nail. And I'm going to use our new ultimate finish. I like this top coat because the shine pretty much. It's no tack finish. I don't have to touch swipe this time. It's really easy to use. Okay, under the light for 2 minutes. It cures in 1 minute. I like to keep them in for 2. That way I could clean everything up, clean my station up, get ready to rose oil her nails, and be done.
If you enjoyed our video, please give us a like and also subscribe to our channel. Free education, tons of videos that you can watch. You can head into our insane library and get educated on nails right now.